Minimalism didn't make her life empty, it made her life intentional. For a long time, she believed that more things meant more happiness. More clothes, more gadgets, more comfort, more convenience. Society told her that upgrading her lifestyle meant upgrading her life. And for a while, she believed it. But slowly, something started to feel off. Even with all those things around her, she felt tired, drained, constantly worried about money. Every morning began the same way, reaching for her phone, checking notifications, then checking her bank balance, and feeling that familiar tightness in her chest. It wasn't that she was lazy. It wasn't that she didn't try. She worked hard. She showed up every single day. She pushed herself even when she was exhausted. And yet, no matter how hard she tried, she always felt like she was falling behind. From the outside, her life looked fine. A stable job, a decent lifestyle, a social life that looked impressive on social media, smiles in photos, good lighting, carefully chosen moments, but behind closed doors, she was quietly drowning in debt. Credit cards were nearly maxed out, payments were always chasing her, and the stress followed her everywhere, to work, into conversations, into sleepless nights. Even her dreams weren't peaceful anymore. And the worst part? She couldn't understand how it got this bad. She wasn't buying luxury cars or designer bags. She wasn't living extravagantly. She was just surviving. Coffee to make it through the morning. Food delivery because she was too tired to cook. Small online purchases that gave her a few seconds of happiness. None of it felt dangerous. None of it felt irresponsible. But together, those tiny habits were silently draining her future. One night, sitting alone in her room, she looked around and felt something she couldn't ignore: suffocation. Too many things, too much noise, too many reminders of money she didn't have. The walls felt closer, the air felt heavier, and in that quiet moment, a painful question surfaced in her mind. Why do I own so much, yet feel like I have nothing? That question changed everything. She didn't wake up the next morning magically disciplined or suddenly good with money. There was no dramatic transformation. She simply made one small decision to stop buying things that weren't truly necessary. Not forever, just for 30 days. No emotional shopping. No, I deserve this moments. No spending to escape stress or sadness. At first, it was uncomfortable, almost unbearable. Shopping had been her emotional escape. Without it, she had to sit with her thoughts, sit with her feelings. She felt bored, restless, even anxious. But slowly, something unexpected happened. The silence stopped feeling scary. The noise faded, the urge to buy weakened, and for the first time in years, she felt something powerful: control. As she began decluttering her space, she noticed something surprising. The less she owned, the lighter she felt. Every item she let go of felt like a weight lifting off her chest. Clothes she never wore, gadgets she barely used, things she bought for a version of herself that no longer existed. She sold what she could, and for the first time in a long time, money started flowing toward her instead of away from her. That money didn't go toward pleasure. It went toward freedom, toward breathing room, toward peace of mind. And slowly, the numbers began to change. Minimalism didn't take joy out of her life, it gave her clarity. She stopped asking, "Can I afford this?" and started asking, "Does this actually add value to my life?" That one shift changed everything. Because she realized most of her spending was emotional. It wasn't about need, it was about escape. Stress, comparison, loneliness, boredom, those were the real triggers. Once she understood that, she no longer needed to buy happiness. She learned how to sit with discomfort instead of running from it. With fewer distractions, she suddenly had time. Time to think, time to learn, time to understand money instead of fearing it. Budgeting no longer felt overwhelming. Saving didn't feel restrictive. Planning for the future finally felt possible. She didn't become rich overnight, but she became something far more powerful. She became in control. Control over her money, control over her choices, control over her future. And that control changed everything. Her definition of success shifted completely. It wasn't about having more, it was about needing less. It was about waking up without anxiety, paying bills without fear, sleeping peacefully, knowing she wasn't one emergency away from disaster. Minimalism taught her something no one ever had. Freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how little you depend on. She still enjoys life. She still treats herself. But now, every purchase has intention. Every decision has purpose. And that clarity gives her more peace than any expensive item ever could. If you're watching this and feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or ashamed of your finances, hear this clearly. You are not broken. You're not lazy. You're not behind. You were simply never taught how to live with intention in a world designed to make you spend. Minimalism isn't about having nothing. It's about removing what drains you so you can finally focus on what builds you. Sometimes, the smallest changes create the biggest transformations. So ask yourself this tonight: what is one thing, financially or emotionally, that you can let go of that no longer serves you? Because your freedom doesn't start with more money. It starts with a new mindset. If this story resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and comment below what's one habit you're ready to let go of. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, because your journey to freedom starts right now.